we expecting?
So, first off, let's say I've watched the trailers.
Yeah.
It's been out a couple of days for reviewers.
Yeah.
But I haven't read any reviews.
I have
the only review I've seen is like the characters are really good, but the story is not that great. You remember how hyped I was for Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the most disappointing movies that I've ever seen.
I still think it's not as terrible as
Brian, will you shut up? It is terrible.
It's not terrible.
It
it's
is the worst.
Good, but it's not terrible.
Brian, it's really bad. Dude.
I like Man of Steel.
All right.
A lot of people don't,
All
and
right,
I
guys.
like Batman vs Superman.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna create a lot of controversy here. We're big YouTubers now.
Yeah.
We're gonna create a lot of controversy by saying this because not many people will tell you this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman was not that bad.
No, especially if you watch the director's cut. I think they call it the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, Ultimate
Blu-ray.
Edition.
WB redeemed themselves with Wonder Woman. That was a fantastic movie. I saw it twice.
Well, you know
actually.
I saw two things in that movie I'd like to see again.
Based on the trailers, Flash looks really likable. Batman's gonna be awesome.
I still hold to this day that Ben Affleck is the best Batman.
Yeah, he probably won't be for much longer. You know, all those rumors. I think it's hit the point where it's Ben Affleck's gonna be out sooner than later.
You shut your goddamn mouth.
I don't want
Ben Affleck, I will come to your house and I'll do nothing.
Cyborg, I'm not expecting a ton of, but I feel like he could surprise us. They've shown so little of him in the trailer.
Who plays Cyborg?
I can't remember the guy's name, but I feel like he's gonna be kind of a surprise star in this. But I'm not really hyped for the story because Steppenwolf. Like, I don't.
That's such a who cares?
I don't want Darkseid's fucking nanny to be the bad guy. I want fucking Dark. And I get it. You don't want to jump right off the gate. Avengers didn't have Thanos as the villain, but Loki's a hell of a lot cooler than fucking Steppenwolf.
Yeah. Well, what other? Anyway,
maybe it's the band Steppenwolf.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
What if Mr. Mitzelplick shows up?
My name is Mixes Pedelek. MXYZPTLK.
I don't own any t-shirts that have those characters on them, but I have the Asian version of Superman, Goku, who essentially is the same. He's strong beyond belief. He always overcomes limitations and saves the day.
Dragon Ball Z is based on Superman.
Well, Dragon Ball was based on Journey to the West.
I thought you were just going to say the band Journey.
No.
Brian's a fucking weeb.
A little bit.
Fucking otaku.
I'm not a hardcore.
Who's your waifu? So the Killing Joke shirt. I don't have any DC shirts either, but it's based on the Killing Joke.
Well, it's technically a Japanese thing.
Which was
not
fuck
anime,
you.
though.
Which was a Batman comic, and
That's
Joker.
awesome because instead of a camera, he's got a NES controller.
Look at this
That's
shit.
Rad.
Look at this.
That's so cool.
It's so awesome. I'm hoping for bat nipples. I don't remember if there were bat nipples.
There weren't bat nipples.
We need bat nipples.
We do. We need.
And you know what? Everyone needs nipples in their suits. Wonder Woman, Flash,
I'm okay
Cyborg.
with Wonder Woman having them.
But hers aren't sculpted.
They're just cutouts.
Just depending on what. Just nipple cutouts. I'm sold. After Justice League. We were wrong. There were no bat nipples.
Yeah.
There was no cutout for...
There was no Wonder nipples either.
I'm very sad about that.
I'm sure they're wonderful.
You know what there were, though? There was a big old bat dick.
Time out. Spoiler alert.
I mean, you've had like 3-4 days to go watch the movie.
This was a much, much lighter film.
Which I think was necessary for the DCEU.
Oh, it definitely
needed it.
Well, now my question, though, is... Was that Zack Snyder's plan all along? A lot of people complain about how dark Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel were, but now that you look at this, maybe they needed to be. For this world they're building, maybe it needed to start dark, and now the hopefulness of the League coming together means more.
That's true.
When you think about it,
that's
really
very
does.
true, because the Superman that we saw in Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman was like this emo Superman is what a lot of people called him.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to see a Superman that everyone was looking for, which was
this
like
is what
the one
everyone
full of
wanted.
hope. I loved Wonder Woman even in Batman vs Superman. She's a strong female. Which
she really is.
I mean, let's be honest.
I mean, some people / James Cameron might disagree, but you know.
Let's talk about the highlight of the movie when fucking Cyborg says "Booyah."
Booyah!
It was so great.
I leaned over to RT.
So I've never read any of the Teen Titans comics.
Me neither, no.
I'm not a real big Teen Titans.
I
don't know anything about Cyborg. There was a part of the movie that Cyborg took over the crawler.
Oh yeah, the Nightcrawler. That's what it was called.
We're not talking Nightcrawler like we're not talking Nightcrawler like the movie about the journalist.
Oh God, no.
We're also not talking about Nightcrawler like the X-Men.
No.
And at least I don't reek like unwashed lederhosen.
We're talking Nightcrawler like Batman's like.
Literally, it's like a big spider mobile. It's just like in the Teen Titans cartoon. All the little cables come out of him, and he hooks into shit.
What does his penis look like?
Like one of those cables, I guess. I don't know.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
I felt that the plot and story, everything, and the way the narrative formed together.
Yeah.
It was well
done.
Yeah,
it was really well done. Just thinking about it now and during the movie, I wasn't like, well, how did that happen? Or
there
was a plot hole here. That would have never happened.
See, Batman vs Superman had a lot of plot holes that were fixed in the director's cut. Which is weird because Batman vs Superman needed to be a longer movie.
Yeah.
This movie was an hour and 59 minutes. I think it's the shortest one so far.
And they were talking about cutting it in half.
And it had the most cohesive story of any of these. Hell, even more cohesive than Wonder Woman, really.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
about it.
I still feel like they did Justice League too early.
Make a Batman movie first, which I get why they're hesitant to do that. They've made so many. They're like, let's give some other movies a chance.
They've made so many that are origin stories.
I know, yeah.
Like, just make a Batman movie that's a Batman movie.
Which
Make a Batman movie. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You ready? You're going to take a Batman movie, and you're not going to show his parents dying. And then what you're going to do is you're going to base it on the fighting style from an Arkham game.
But that's what they did. That's what Batman vs. Superman was. Except they couldn't help but start the movie with his origin story.
But they have to hook you in somehow since Marvel has had 10, 12 years now to build up their universe. If DC wants to compete with that, they have to start up strong.
Let's be honest. DC can or Warner Brothers, I guess I should say. They can sit here and say, "Oh, this is just the path we chose to take." Let's be honest. Marvel's way ahead of you, and you have to do it, or else people are going to say, "It's just like fucking Avengers."
All right, guys. Here's the thing. Real talk.
Oh, puppy.
Real talk, guys.
Real talk.
Oh boy, hey. Real talk. You ready?
Talk.
You ready for this? It's okay to like both.
It is. I don't get this. Like, you don't have to like one or the other.
You can pay your money to Stan Lee.
This is not.
And also pay your money to the DC guy.
Yeah, the DC guy. I don't know. I
don't either.
The guys who created these characters did it in the 30s. They're all dead.
Oh, God.
God damn it. Stan Lee just...
This is like when I was talking about your dead grandmother. I want to talk about the negatives of this movie. We talked about what's so great about this movie. Like,
in general, you enjoyed it.
We both fanboyed over the entire movie.
Oh, yeah,
like, the whole time, we were just leaning over like, fuck yeah! There were some parts that were subpar. There were a lot of monologues in this movie, I feel, that were unnecessary. They didn't have the Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
The other thing was, the movie ended very abruptly. Like, they beat Steppenwolf, which, I mean, okay, they beat Steppenwolf.
I don't
but then you know what I expected?
But...
I expected fucking Darkseid to come down and just and you know, in the movie there with Darkseid coming down.
They don't even have to show him. They could just do something to like reference him. Honestly,
no, they should show him like landing on Earth.
You know how at the end of Avengers, they don't show a whole lot of Thanos. You see his face, like he subtly turns around and smiles. In that same vein, they could have done Darkseid because again, people who want to compare them,
like a big old dick,
big old long
dicks.
People who want to compare and say this is copying Avengers, Thanos is Marvel's copy of Darkseid who came first. So there you go.
Oh!
Here's a way they could have subtly done it.
All right, start that over.
Steppenwolf gets his ass kicked.
Uh-huh.
Gets the mother box or whatever activates, sucks him. The boom tube. That's what those are called, right?
Boom tube?
I think a boom tube. I think is what it's called. That sucks them back up to Apocalypse. I'm gonna have to look that up. I
What
could
if
be
you get
wrong.
sucked off by Apocalypse?
So him and all the parademons get sent back to Apocalypse. We don't see Darkseid yet. We hear stomping or something, like footsteps, and maybe like a kind of a growl, like a pissed off sound. And then the parademons scatter. They're like, "Oh fuck this!" And then you don't see him, but you hear his voice. Maybe you see over his shoulder or something. Just a subtle hint that he's there. And he's pissed at Steppenwolf. And he's like, "You failed me." And again, kind of like what Thanos says, I guess I'll have to do
failed me
this.
for the last time!
I guess I'll have to do this myself. And then you can end it and do your post-credit scene shit. I think that would
Joss Whedon hired this man. There were some parts where the CGI was pretty bad. A lot of Batman's like swinging around scenes where you can really tell.
Okay,
it's
I guess
CGI.
that's the thing. I guess the idea these days of bad CGI isn't like Mortal Kombat Annihilation bad.
Here's
like,
that you can notice it.
Yeah, you know it's CGI.
That's what bad CGI is now. We've come so far with computers that bad CGI isn't polygonal.
Like, we're not stupid. We know that Henry Cavill can't really fly at superhero
What?
movies. We know that.
Thanks for
CGI.
ruining. Is Santa not real either?
Well,
Brian. No.
So
what? The Easter Bunny?
He's gone, RT.
Jesus.
That one's still up for debate. We'll find out eventually, I guess.
It's so sacrilegious. Definitely leave that in.
Jason Momoa is built like a brick shithouse. Now,
well, in the movie, guys, literally when he took his shirt off, I heard
fucking-
woo. I heard
yeah.
woos in the
I did
audience.
too.
There were girls like, "Woo!"
And that was just us doing that.
Yeah, that was just me and Brian.
Shit.
We are an equal opportunity objectifying channel.
Oh, yeah.
We
like,
objectify men and women.
Green Lantern does not show up. There's no Hal Jordan in this, and they have to eventually. Like,
there
Green
is
Lantern
a Green Lantern.
has to.
He gets annihilated.
Yeah, this was like a flashback from thousands upon thousands of years ago. At some points in the movie, in its early stages, when it was building this backstory about Steppenwolf, it got super Lord of the Rings ass, but not in a bad way. I mean, it was good, but it was definitely
like the Tower of Gondor.
Oh my God! They light the torch of Gondor, and then you see a flashback that's basically the Battle of Isildur versus Sauron. I can't believe I remember the name of Isildur. I am a huge fucking nerd.
You are a fucking dweeb.
Jesus. Superman, when they first resurrect him in this movie with the mother box. So if you guys thought that Batman whooping ass in BVS was very Arkham City-esque.
Oh boy.
This was like if you took fight scenes from Injustice and put it in movie form.
Absolutely.
The whole final fight with Steppenwolf, it's like Batman was just... He pulled a Lieutenant Dan on us damn near. He was begging for a way to die in combat, wasn't he? He was almost pissed when the rest of the league showed up. Like when he was on his old suicide run. Like, damn it, leave me here to die, Gump! Super Friends would tie back into this movie somehow. Would you like to know why? We'll give y'all a second to guess. Okay, you've taken long enough. Here's how it tied in. Remember the Super Friends / Justice League? They had a foil. Each individual character's got their villains. Superman's got Lex Luthor. Batman's got the Joker. So, without having Darkseid or Steppenwolf, because characters like that didn't appear in the Super Friends. So who would stand up to a league of heroes? Perhaps another league. Or a legion, as it might be called.
Which legion were you referring to?
If the league is one of justice, then perhaps the legion would be one of doom? Maybe? So in the post-credit scene and the post-credit
spoilers,
scene,
there's no Solomon Grundy in the post-credit scene, sorry.
Unfortunately.
And he did not want pants.
Solomon Grundy want pants too.
So at the ending when we see Deathstroke,
Yep.
we go back
He's
to
summoned.
prison, which I think was in Gotham. Or no,
It's at Arkham.
oh, no, it's not Arkham yet. That's the same prison he
No, it
was
said
in.
Arkham on the guy's shirt.
Oh, fuck, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't notice that. I'm glad you caught that. Okay, so Batman followed through.
Lex was in Arkham.
He put his ass in Arkham.
You're goddamn right he
So
did.
there's a guy, he's standing in a straitjacket, and it's supposed to be Lex from behind. The guard's like, Luthor, come on, let's go.
It's not.
Lex Luthor's been busted out. Deathstroke was hired to get him out of there. They wind up on Lex's yacht. Luthor looks at him and says, maybe it's time we put our own little team together. And I look at RT and I'm like,
oh my god!
That's holy
Legion of Doom! Bat dick, Wonder Woman's ass.
no nipples.
No nips, sorry. And too many monologues.